Good morning, everybody. Me and Brinley are making a trip to our insurance lady to get some things fixed. I just thought y'all might want to see Brinley riding. But she's a good baby. She's a good baby every day. She is. She just sits in her car seat. Y'all, I need a new car seat. That when I got this one, I thought it hung up high on the seat. And it didn't. So I have a quilt under her that I don't use anymore. That was something that I took out of the house to put in the garage sale. And I was thinking, you know, if I put that quilt under her, she'll be tall enough she can see. And so she looks out. I wasn't going to take her with me, but she came out the door anyway. She's funny. She's just learned to go to her car door when she wants to go. State trooper. He's making sure they drop from a 75 to 50 right there, I bet. That speed limit changes. Y'all see he's right at the top of that hill? I'm glad to see him there, y'all, because people drive like maniacs through here. That's the first time I've ever seen him sitting there. The only time they've ever stopped me was because I was going too slow, and that's the honest to God truth. Of course, I didn't get no ticket or nothing. But they was just asking me why I was going so slow. And I had just pulled off that road. I had to show my driver's license to, you know, have proof that that's where I was pulling out from. I said, I just pulled out onto the highway. I haven't had time to pick up any speed. But that's the way it goes. We had a good laugh about it. It was all right. Y'all, I've never gotten a ticket. I've been in a few wrecks. None of them was my fault. Thank God. I hope I'm not in any more. I used to have a Dodge truck with a Hemi in it. Drove it for years. Loved that truck. Wished I had it back. Got rid of it because it was a gas guzzler. Turned around and got another vehicle that was a gas guzzler. I went through a few smaller cars. But, y'all, I just didn't like them. They just wasn't big enough to be comfortable. My sister has a little small car, and when I ride with her, I feel like I'm riding in a go-kart. Of course, it's a nice little car, don't get me wrong. I know several people that have several like she's got. But it just sits so low, and it's so much smaller than mine that I feel like I'm getting in a go-kart. Y'all, it's sprinkling rain. We're praying there's no storms. There's been a little glitch with my insurance I'm getting when I turn 65 in June. And Lord have mercy, we've been trying to get this straightened out for several weeks. And I'm hoping that this trip is going to get it fixed. It wasn't really anybody's fault. It's hard to even explain. I'm not even going to try to explain it. But back to that lack of communication that we were talking about the other day, like when the tree was falling and I called for 2 weeks. It's like there's so many people that you have to go through that it's like information gets lost in communication is all. That's the only way I know to put it. But communication, I watched I've been watching several documentaries of Little Richard. And y'all, I knew a little bit about him, but I did not know that he had been married, that he had an adopted son that he raised, and that he had given his life to the Lord at a fairly young age and became a preacher. I didn't know any of that. But I've been looking up on YouTube, and I reposted his last sermon this morning on my Facebook. And I'm telling y'all, even if you don't follow me on Facebook, it's worth looking it up. And it is literally Little Richard's last sermon, I do believe is the title. Y'all, I think we lost Brinley in the video. She's behind the seat, but I can't flip the camera around, but we're almost to where we're going. But y'all look up. If y'all have not heard his testimony, y'all, it's got to be one of the best testimonies I've found in a very long time. It will bless your heart, I'm telling you, especially if you're a Christian, because you will understand. And I apologize for Brinley. She's laid down in her seat, y'all, so you can't see her anymore. I don't think you can. Well, you might can see the top of her head. See, I had to put my glasses down to see her, and I can't drive with my glasses on. So, y'all, it's kind of and it's just misting enough rain that you can't see through the windshield. So I'm going the back roads, and I'm fixing to pull in the parking lot at my insurance agent. She's not. Nothing's too far from my house, y'all. I started this at my house, and nothing is too far from my house, and that's why I like where I'm at, because I'm just outside the city limits. So I have my privileges of being in the country, but yet I'm not too far. I'm by the water, which is very relaxing. Anytime I'm out on my porch or I'm in the yard, you can hear that creek flowing, which is a blessing. Y'all, that is so comforting to me. It's very comforting to hear that water. It has been my whole life. You know, that's where I grew up, on that road. We lived on several different pieces of land on that road. My dad owned almost that whole road when I was growing up. And we moved around a lot. My dad moved around a lot. He'd get restless. And he was single most of the time. And y'all, I think he just did it to have something to do. I really do. I think he'd just get bored. And he would just do it to have something to do. But we have arrived at Miss Ashley's office. And I got to go by my son's doctor's office when I leave here and drop them some stuff off to my daughter-in-law. But y'all be blessed and know you're loved. And I'll probably be back with another video later in the evening. I'm sorry y'all lost the Miss Brinley's beautiful face. I didn't know she was going to lay down and be out of view, but there she is. But y'all go look up Little Richard's last sermon. Y'all, I'm going to tell you, it's about an hour long, the whole thing, but I'm going to tell y'all, he hits on some really, really good points. I mean, it totally sucked me in this morning. Sometimes I kind of surf through stuff like that, listen to parts of it, but he got my full attention. The Holy Spirit got my full attention on that one. And I'm even going to go back and watch it again and write down some notes from it, maybe to use when I do another little video where I try to give y'all something encouraging. But it's really good. But y'all be blessed. Know you're loved. And don't forget to say your prayers. Good afternoon, y'all. made a little clip earlier going to the insurance office. And hopefully we got that straightened out. I'm praying really hard. So, we've got another application submitted. So we'll see. We stopped by Taco Bueno and got us some tacos. And we are going home to eat. And then, hopefully, we're going to go to my niece's dance recital, depending upon the weather. We're supposed to be having some bad rain come in. It's been misty and nasty most of the day, but it hadn't really rained hard. Y'all, that is so dangerous. People do that, and it's also so against the law for them to do that. You're supposed to cross in the crosswalk, and then if you almost get run over, they want to have a fit about it. That's why there's designated crosswalks. It frustrates me that people do that. I've seen right back there where I pulled out. I used to work just up the road for several years in a salon. And y'all, I've literally seen those college kids get hit on their bicycles and flip over the tops of cars because they cross illegally back and forth. And they have been told and been told and been told to cross at the crosswalks, and there's several of them up around the university. There's one on every corner to give them a safe place to cross. People just don't want to follow the rules. Y'all, my friend was showing me they had let some of their chickens out. Her daughter shows steers, and she was showing me all their new steers and pictures they had taken and all this, and y'all, which they are beautiful animals. They take care of them so well. And they turned some of their chickens out, and they couldn't find the eggs, and they wondered where the eggs were. And she was showing me a picture. They found all the eggs, I don't know, y'all, 30 or 50 eggs in one nest, where they had found a hiding spot under a log. So on the good note, I said, well, you must not have a chicken snake or a raccoon or a possum, because all those would have done been gone. And then my other friend, her hen hatched out some pea chicks from her peacocks. Those were cute to look at this morning. I saw those on her Facebook. It's amazing how those hens will take those eggs when they're brooding, hatch those babies out, and then she sells those baby pea chicks. She has a white one, and then one that's just natural, the normal color of a peacock. And y'all, Brinlee's in her chair, and she actually goes into the insurance office with me. She went in today, and my friend wanted her to come in, and she's tired. She's ready to get home. I've had to stop and do a couple of errands while I was out. So she's exhausted. And y'all, I apologize for that falling. I guess that screw is getting wore out in this thing, in this holder. and I hit a certain bump, and it shifts it. But y'all know I haven't had this thing, I bet, 2 months. Y'all know I bought a new one. But they just wear out real quick. But if I was going to work every day and using it every day to actually hold my phone like what it's designed for, I would be using it a whole lot more than just when I make these videos. Y'all, I'm fixing to hit my 4,000 hours, and a really good friend of mine gave me a shout out, and so my numbers increased quite a bit over the weekend. But I'm still a long way from 1,000 subscribers. Appreciate everybody that watches and supports me in this adventure, whether I get monetized or not. It was kind of fun to see if I could reach that number and see how long it took, you know, like a little challenge. I hate it when people pass me like that. There's a white line and you are not supposed to pass, and y'all, they do it anyway, but they won't give us a left turn lane. That's the garage that was on fire the other day. They got smoke damage on the roof, but I guess it's okay to work in. That's the first day I've seen anybody working since when was that, last Friday? It's Tuesday. I don't know what day I'll post this. Y'all know that by now. That I'm never on schedule with these videos because I make them when I have a chance. I explain this all the time, but I'm always getting new people. So I know I repeat a lot for all you people that listen to me all the time, but I repeat it for the new ones because they haven't seen all the videos. So I appreciate everybody's patience, and welcome all the new subscribers. Y'all know I always get too close to that post when I'm talking on this phone. I always have to pull up and back over, and y'all, if I'm not videoing, I never have to do that. I say that in every video when I'm backing in. And y'all know I back in for a quick getaway. Y'all, it's just easier when you come in my driveway. It's easier to pull up and back in than to back out of this carport and swing around and go out. It's just easier for me not to have to back by that fence. Y'all be blessed. Me and Brinlee's going in to eat some tacos. Don't forget to say your prayers. Thanks for riding along with me.